Hi, smart people. Let's work on this problem. Oftentimes, when students sees the complexity of some mathematical computation, it tends to deviate, and maybe either by applying some other method that are not relevant or some kind of method that may not really work. So I will show you in this particular video how you're going to fix this particular problem in 1 second. So we're having square root of 3 to the power of x equal to the cube root of 9. The first thing I want you to do is to work on this 9 because we're having the base of 3. You want to change this 9 to an exponent form. So let's do that real quick. The square root of 3 to the power of x equal to the cube root of 3 to the power of 2. This is exactly the same thing as 9, but it is in its exponent form. So what we need to do is to apply some basic rule of indices. When you have a square root of a number, you can also write that number as, you can also write the number of 3 to the power of x, that's the number in the root, and raise it to the power of 1 over 2, because you can still transform this to become the square root of that particular function. For example, if I have the square root of a, same thing as a to the power of 1 over 2. All this is clear. Okay, you're going to do the same thing for cubic function. So if I have the cube root of 3 to the power of 2 is exactly the same thing as 1 to the power 1 over 3, power of 1 over 3. Okay, because if I have a to the power 1 over 3, you can transform this to be the cube root of a. All right, because we have established these basic functions, we will need to do the expansion or by multiplying the exponent. This can easily multiply by this. If x multiplied by half as a power, then you have x over 2. Similarly, if you multiply this 2 by 1 over 3, you have 2 over 3. Hope that makes sense. When you come to this point where you're having similar base and they're equating each other, so what you need to do is to equate the power because the base are similar. So if you're equating the power, it means you definitely neglect the base, and then have the power to be x over 2 equals 2 over 3. So at this point, we are looking for the value of x. They say then the value of x is, so you're looking for the value of x. You could easily cross multiply because I can use different method, but let me use the regular generic method a lot of tutors usually use that students kind of subscribe to. So when you multiply this by x, you have 3x. If you multiply 2 by 2, you have 4. I'm just multiplying. Let me just use the diagonal. Not really, is it diagonal? If it's diagonal, let's manage it like that. But you can have a good name for that. So divide both sides by 3 for you to have x standing alone. Therefore, x equals 4 over 3. If you found this particular video helpful, please share, like this video, and join our Telegram channel for an organized class.